We are live playing Ironsworn, Eye of the Storm. I am, as always, Sergio, your humble host. And with me is the incomparable Amanda. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm as you're speaking, I'm looking at your levels to make sure that you're coming in good. It looks like you're
Oh,
coming in perfectly.
nice.
We
Okay.
have my mic coming in perfectly. We are going to have a kick-ass session today. Uh,
Yes.
I guess I should start by just kind of recapping, huh?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Okay, so last we left,
Hmm.
um, Eala was tasked by Servin, her friend, to
Hmm.
help him find her lost love. We went out and didn't have a bunch of good rolls kind of going on the beginning of adventure, and so we kind of ruled that a lot of time was wasted.
Oh
Um,
man.
we spent most of a day traversing the mountain, getting up the side of the mountain, finally getting into the mountain, making our way through a dark tunnel that we found.
Hmm.
And when we came out the other side, this incredible mountain vista, just mountains to the north and south, something Eala has maybe never seen in this way. We eventually found a staircase that was kind of etched into the side of the mountain and started moving our way up. But clumsy Eala fell. She fell, but was able to catch herself and eventually got back up to Servant. But again, a lot of time being wasted.
Oh girl.
Night descended into what would be the final day before the storm would be moving. And it was then that we finally found what we were looking for. We found the corrupted icereach. This was a place that we depicted was like a giant plateau that had a big frozen lake in the middle of it. And in the middle of that, a stone tower. That was, in fact, the name of this place, Stone Tower.
Stone
And we
Tower.
could
Yeah.
see on the far distance a little village that seemed to be created around the edges of the lake. And Servan recalled that he had been here once with Cadigan, his lost love, uh, leading a group of storm deniers who decided that they could live on the mountain near the stone tower and possibly be safe. As we explored the area, we found that it was corrupted in some way. There was this white, gray fungus, some kind of moss or something strange growing everywhere, growing up the tower and growing on the buildings and the vegetation. When we looked into one of these buildings, we saw that on the streets there was nobody, but in one of these buildings we saw um, a denier, an Ironlander who had
Hmm.
stayed here, their eyes covered in white, uh, similar to the fungus that seemed to be growing around the village. So as long as we were quiet, we could probably get around stealthily. But
Got
something
it.
obviously had corrupted this place. We
Mm.
eventually found and isolated one of these Ironlanders and tried to question them, try to find out from them what was going on, and perhaps more importantly, where the hell is Cadigan? And all that we could get was that Cadigan was in the stone tower and that this person had been driven mad, possibly by the fungus that had crept into their eyes and to their brains. But being too worried to leave them, we knocked them out,
Hmm.
and Eala used her magical powers to sprinkle a circle around them, and by doing so,
Ah,
locking them into place with their ward ritual. We
smart.
raced over to the tower, got in using Servan's strength. He busted down the door, raced up, and the final roll of the day decided it. We knocked open the door, and there was Cadigan, but his eyes were also covered in that white substance and that white fungus. So that is where we begin. So, Amanda, my
Gosh.
first question to you
Yes.
is: Do we is has Cadigan been healed by the first problem, which was that he was bitten by a bake, a snake bear hybrid that was, in these ranges. Um,
Hmm.
is he cured of that, or is that the first problem? Do we have to solve that first?
I feel like hate to say it. Yeah. I feel like honestly, if unless Cadigan did it themselves while in the fraction of time that they were left behind.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. Yeah, that poison's still there.
I don't think so. I think that a servant brought the antidote, and sure enough,
yeah.
Cadigan is on death's door. The wound. I don't think we ever decided what part of his body. I'm gonna roll. I have a D12 here that has body parts on it. Let's figure out.
Let's roll it.
Okay, so his right foot has two puncture marks on it. Okay, from the bait.
Chop off the foot.
So servant runs up and immediately begins, putting the antidote on the bite or treating Cadigan. He's been training for this, and I'd imagine servant, who is blind from the fungus, feels it and is, who's there? Well, what's going on? Who's there?
Relax. We're friends and more, I guess. Servant, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think servant would speak up and say, "I'm here, my love. I'm here to rescue you." And I think Cadigan, having contracted this virus, this fungus, whatever this is, might say, "No, don't touch me."
I'm gonna do this though. I think we should, for cautionary sake, I think we need to do a ward around Cadigan.
Interesting.
Just in case, because even though he's sounding okay, I mean, we could take it down. That's no problem, correct? And
yeah,
so
I'd say so.
Let's go ahead and while Servant's probably he's focused on the foot, and that's right. I agree with that. I do think to be cautious, let's go ahead and do like a little ward around them.
Okay, so when you walk a wide circle sprinkling the ground with whatever the components are, you will roll plus wits. So go ahead and give us our first roll of the session. You're going to roll plus wits, and we're going to find out how good of a ward you do.
All right.
Now, I think we need to... I guess we don't have to define it right now, but what exactly are you warding against? Are you keeping him in? Are you keeping anyone out? What are you thinking?
I can't be like super like OCD detailed and be like, I don't want whatever fungus to come out. So it's like the disease. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. So I think it's just going to have to be around Cadigan, correct?
I don't know. That's actually kind of an interesting idea. It's an interesting use of the magic. I wonder... I mean, it's going to come down to whether you succeed with this roll.
Okay, yeah, because the way I see it is like the fungus is a living thing.
Sure.
Correct?
Sure.
So
I would definitely call it a foe of some kind.
Exactly. So if I wanted to be a smart ass, which is I would do that and keep the fungus inside. So if we...
I think that's a really interesting way of doing this. So, okay, let's roll plus wits and see
no modifier, right?
No modifier.
Okay, let's see how my...
Okay, it's either going to be a miss or you can burn it and make it a strong hit.
Oh, did it not go through?
It did go through.
Oh, no, we're going to burn the momentum. Okay. We're totally going to burn that momentum.
So it's a strong hit. You cast the spell, and I would imagine like a magical glyph or something kind of envelops the space. Now, let's define here... When you first, to trap a foe, okay, so it's likely to trap a foe within the boundary. So we'll say that the magic went off, and Servant kind of finishes putting the medicine, the antidote, into Cadigan. The question is, do you then want to move Cadigan out of the
I think it's worth it. I think we should give it a shot.
Okay. So because you're going to do that, we're going to basically roll a D100. And likely, let me look up what likely is. Hold on before you roll that. Likely is like, it's pretty likely. 1 second.
Let's make it work.
Where are we? Okay, if you roll a 26 or greater, then it will work.
Oh, please.
Roll a D100. Let's see what we get.
Come on.
This is interesting.
I'm so stressed. Wait, 26 or greater? I got a
26
28.
or greater. So
I got a 28.
you just make it work. What does that look like, Amanda? Like just getting the magic to take hold. What does it look like?
I felt so stressed in that moment. Okay. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna call out to Servian and be like, I have an idea. Grab him, and we're gonna pull him, and hopefully the fungus stays inside.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, it's living. Just trust me, and then we're gonna hopefully he'll go with it, and we're just gonna gently, because he is still hurt. Because I'm not gonna like rip him, but we're gonna go ahead and like the way I see it is he's gonna phase through, but it ain't gonna be pretty, and it's gonna be pretty painful. Because if you think about it, it's like his like, you know how Magneto would put like rip the iron. Think of it this way: he's leaving, and you're just seeing this get like trapped.
You see that white fungus like coming out of all of his pores.
Out of his pores, out of every little thing, and it's because it's all around, and it's gonna hurt his eyes probably.
Yeah.
So he's gonna stumble out, but you will see that he's not probably the best shape.
No, probably not. I mean, I think that was a really clever way of kind of getting rid of the fungus. I think we're definitely going to mark progress on your vow of helping Servan. We have finally found Cadigan. We have kept him alive, used your magic in a very interesting way. My question, though, is if it is that intense of a thing, I think we should have Cadigan endure harm.
That is fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So
that makes yes.
What do you think is higher? Do you think his health is higher, or do you think his iron attribute is higher?
I think his iron attribute.
Yeah, I would imagine Cadigan and Servan are probably pretty tough, like hunters or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll iron, and I'm gonna let you add +2 to the modifier.
Oh, thank goodness, because iron is not that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and come on. Oh, strong hit.
Strong hit. On a strong hit, the person can shake it off if their health is greater than 0. They'll suffer 1 momentum, or they can take the pain. Let's just say that you are such a good ritual caster that you're able to pull them out, and although it's not a very fun experience, they're alive and they're okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's great.
I like that. Yes.
So
then we can go.
Okay, yeah. So there's this moment where, Cadigan, although he is definitely fatigued and he's still kind of recovering from the poison, he sees Servan and there's this kind of embrace. Now remember, Servan has this iron mask on his face that I don't know if he got it before or after he met Cadigan. Maybe he had it before he met Cadigan, so it's just like, they love each other for what's on the inside.
I mean, yes, we saved you, and the least you could do is be great. Just be like, thanks.
He's definitely grateful.
Don't break up in this moment, all right? Give it some time.
So, there is a moment of quiet.
Yes.
Cadigan is, I would say, probably too weak to walk on his own, so he needs to be carried at least by Servan. What's our next step?
Our next step would be... Well, because how many villagers were outside, by the way?
I don't think we did a very good job of kind of surveying. Servan just remembers kind of a group of Ironlanders, made camp here. So we don't know how many people there are.
It's about sound, and so stealth and quiet are key. Okay,
so you think you just want to get out of the tower? And
we want to get out of the tower. We're going to do it carefully because he's also hurt. Is this room pretty barricaded right now? Is this room pretty barricaded safe? Or could he have like a minute to gather?
I feel like we probably bust down the door to get in here. So it's...
Yeah, time to go.
All right, so we're going to continue to delve the depths because we decided this is a site that we can walk around in. I've lost... where to do it. Let's see. Delve moves. Here we go. All right, so you are moving quietly, so we're going to roll with shadow.
Okay.
Don't have a lot of shadow, but let's see how it turns out.
Maybe something. Come on.
Ooh.
We got a complication.
Yeah, so your momentum's back to 2. You can't do anything about that. It's a miss with a complication. Now, we are tracking... a menace here under your vow, and I'm going to give some progress to that because Maybe the antidote isn't taking to Cadigan. He's just not recovering as fast as you'd like. But there's
He's
a
still hurt.
complication.
Yeah, I think honestly, let's go with it's Cadigan. Maybe he's starting to bleed out a little bit more because he had a bunch of fungus ripped out of his veins.
Okay.
Maybe he's starting to. Ooh, what if he's bleeding from the eyes because his eyes were cloudy?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So it's got to be a little bit more than that. This is a critical failure. So not only is Cadigan not doing well, but let's do something. So we last session we created a ward around that one Ironlander and knocked him out. Maybe he woke up.
Oh.
Now if he woke up, I need you to roll the D100, and on a 26 or greater, he can't get out of the ward.
Please stay.
Okay. So he can't get out of the ward, but I think, and you tell me what you think here. What if we got out of the tower, and you can hear him screaming?
Yep, totally agree. Definitely. We're gonna still have Cadigan hurt a little bit? I still think, or we can. Let's hold it. Why are we making it difficult so in the beginning? Let's relax. It's just hold on. There's more opportunities for me to mess this up. So yes.
So, you've got Cadigan. You can hear the guy screaming. I bet you at a certain point you can probably start seeing Ironlanders coming out of the huts, although they're blind. They're trying to feel and trying to figure out what's going on. It's time to get out of here, right?
Absolutely. I'm going to, we're going to have them go. I'll have the two go ahead, and I'm going to keep my sling out. And I'm assuming I have a couple rocks on me. And the reason is I want to probably start flinging them way in the different direction, so we can start putting like false noises to distract.
Sounds like to me you're trying to secure an advantage.
Yes.
So let's do that.
Good boy.
Are you using your agility and your precision, or are you using deception or stealth, or are you using observation, expertise, or insight?
Ooh, I think it's gonna be either stealth.
I mean, because I could... Now, remember, your highest stats are edge and heart and wits.
What was the last two again? I'm so sorry.
If you roll with expertise, insight, or observation, you'd roll with wits. If you roll with deception, stealth, or trickery, you roll with shadow.
Okay.
But if you roll with speed, agility, or precision, you roll with edge.
It's gonna be precision because I'm trying to
make noises in certain places, right?
Yes, that's why I'm going for that spot.
Okay.
So rolling some edges.
Yes, we're gonna roll edge. Parker is catching me off guard with these compliments. Thanks, Parker. It's because I'm wearing a collared shirt. That's why. I look good in a collared shirt.
You do look good in collared shirts. I like green on you too.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's see. Good luck. Come on. Let's go. No.
Oh no.
Damn. I'm sucking today.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So a miss. So what do you think? What do you think happens here?
Oh Lord. Okay. I don't get.
If you want, we can pay the price and kind of define what happens.
Yeah, let's pay the price.
Okay, roll a D100 and let's find out.
62.
62. It is harmful.
Ooh.
What just happened was harmful.
To me?
To whoever we think needs to take the harm. It's not going to be to the enemy or to the Ironlanders.
I mean, this is where this comes into play now. Guess who's like maybe no, not Servant. Cadigan.
Okay.
Cadigan is he's too weak. Maybe he starts he falls, and let's say his foot is really starting to bleed out.
Okay.
Or
I think that's totally fair. I think though that doesn't necessarily resolve the action of the rock slinging.
I can miss, and it's either I'm hitting myself or I'm hitting Cadigan.
It's going to cause harm, yeah. So do you want it to hurt Cadigan or do you want it to hurt yourself?
It's gonna go Cadigan. Sorry, bruv.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt Cadigan.
Well, because unless I'm the way I see it is, if this person uses a sling so often, well, hold on. I feel bad. Can we roll for it? It's gonna be me or Cadigan.
Sure, 51 or greater, it's you.
Yes, it's one of
Let's
those.
find out.
Let's go.
I mean, boy, Eela's really turning out to be clumsy because she totally hits Cadigan. In one of her swings, she just backs up too much and bonk.
Yeah, bonks him in the head.
Oh my god. I'm going to say that he's unconscious at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
That's
I
fair.
think that really the miss represents that the noise, the commotion that you create catches the attention of the villagers.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're starting to move in the direction that you guys are doing, so or that you're heading. So there's no option but to run here. Unless you want to fight or something.
No, it's either run or we do another rune, hide ourselves in it, and then I create noise and do that. But I don't think we have the time to do that. So I think we need to step it.
Okay.
We need to go.
At any point, you could technically roll to escape the depths. We would not technically complete the journey through this place, but we could escape it at any time. So I think there's enough distance between you and the villagers. You can probably attempt this roll. So if you're just moving quickly, roll plus edge, and let's see what happens.
Okay, let's see. Come on, give me something. Damn. All that good luck from the first time.
I almost did a spit take. Holy crap. So, on a weak hit, you find your way out, but this place exacts its price. Choose one. You endure harm, you endure stress. It costs you time. You leave behind something important. You face a new complication, or a denizen plots their revenge.
From what's gonna happen, I feel like because we have our little zombie horde coming after us, someone's getting
Actually,
hurt.
you know what? I'm so sorry. This is just a weak hit that I just read. We rolled a miss, which is a dire threat.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
a dire threat or imposing obstacle stands in your way. Reveal a danger. If you survive, you may make your escape. Okay.
Zombies, bruv. There's going to be more in front of us.
It could be a denizen of this lair. Let's roll a D100 to find out.
What? I am really messing this up for people. 80.
You face the consequences of an earlier choice or approach. You face the consequences of an earlier choice or approach. What were some of our earlier choices that maybe... What do you think?
Wait, from when Leg played or when I
Yes,
played?
from when Leg played.
Thank God, because I was about...
I mean, it could be the...
I don't want to even say it.
It could be the ward. Something weird is happening with the ward. Who knows?
The ward. There could be that.
You know, maybe the guy... Maybe everyone... Ghost of Eala says the stairs. I mean, but that wasn't a choice we made. We were just clumsy up those stupid stairs.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to.
What? Go ahead.
It's the ward we did on Cadigan. Maybe something happened, and now maybe he's blood loss. Maybe he's starting to shake and starting to lose blood too fast.
You know, you keep putting this on Cadigan. And
yes, I did. Yeah, you notice how to do that?
I'm not sure.
He has a head wound, or maybe maybe me, because I've been how many times I've done 2 wards already. Maybe, because I don't mind taking the brunt of that. But I just trying to think from where we're at currently in the story.
Yeah. So you're saying that the ward you did was almost too powerful and it affects you somehow.
Yeah, because I did too. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's almost like blowback, magical blowback or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So
do you
let's
like
have
that
it.
or what?
Yes. Let's have it like I'm starting to get like a piercing headache and like nosebleeds, and then it's like I kind of like stumble, that woozy, and I actually drop to my knees, and I'm trying to like maybe like a really powerful headache, and I'm trying to get my bearings while that's happening. And poor Cadigan's
This is interesting.
Oh,
okay.
We just made it worse. Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to endure harm.
Yeah, for sure.
That's probably the most logical thing.
Yeah.
As you take this kind of psychic energy damage, you're gonna roll either health or iron, whichever is higher. But I think for you, your health is probably higher. Your health is at a 3.
Yes, let's go ahead and roll
So
for
make
that.
that roll and see what happens.
Don't scream it. Oh, we
Okay,
hit.
weak hit. You press on, so nothing happens. You kind of you falter for a moment, but
Yes.
you're able to kind of get past it.
Yeah.
And you continue on. So this was this is the escape. Now,
Yes.
okay, so you have this kind of psychic damage. I do think we need to reduce your
I
health
think
by 1 because I think that's how the rules work that
that
if you
is
endure
fair.
harm, you're going to lose some of your health.
Yeah,
But we'll
that makes sense.
yeah,
I just reduced it to 2.
perfect.
Okay.
So you guys managed to get out of this area,
Yes.
clambering down the stairs, Servan carrying Cadigan. You're going to eventually make it back without, I would imagine, much trouble. Back to
Knock on wood.
the caves that you had found.
Mm-hmm.
By this time, it's probably very dark. It's probably nighttime. Maybe
Yes.
it does deserve 1 face danger roll to get to
Let's
those
do it.
caves. Do you
Okay, we'll
disagree
do
or
it.
agree?
No, it makes sense. It's
Okay,
nighttime. We're weak, we're tired, and
exactly. So we're gonna face danger, and that is okay. How are we moving? With speed, agility, with expertise, insight. I feel like expertise or insight. You're
yeah,
trying not
because
to fall.
we're not. Yeah, that's the best way to. Yes, I agree with that.
Yes, Parker. So health is displayed at the very top. You'll see health +2, spirit +4, supply +4. So that's where you see everybody's health next to their name. But anyway, let's have you roll with wits.
Wits it is. Please, no crit fail. Oh,
Hey,
thank.
good.
Yes.
Strong hit.
I know. Finally.
You are successful. You're going to take +1 momentum. So increase your momentum to +3. And what's great is you do, in fact, make it to the caves. Now, is it time to make camp? You do know that the storm is right around the corner, just
I was
like
gonna say how
half.
close. Oh God, I don't like these decisions of the
Pretty.
storm. And this guy's is he still unconscious? He's pretty knocked out, right?
I think that if you made camp, you could find out. Right now, I think he's probably still is definitely unconscious.
Let's go ahead and see if we can examine and see if do I have any like smelling salts and like put it under his nose?
I wouldn't put it past a witchy girl like Eala to have something like that on her. So, are you trying to heal him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to heal him and just try to get him up so we can keep it moving.
Okay, so you're going to use your shaman abilities. You're going to
Yes.
roll plus wits when you treat an injury or ailment.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. You know you want to get. Wait, did I do it again? No.
There you go.
Weak hit. Weak hit.
Okay, weak hit. On a weak hit,
Jeez.
you have see, on a strong your care is helpful. If you have the wounded condition, which he doesn't, you may clear it, then take or give up +2 health. Okay, so we'll say that you need to suffer -1 supply.
That's fair.
So supply goes to 3, and
Yep.
momentum also drops down 1, so that's going to go to 2.
2.
But Cadigan, the antidote is working. It's kicking in. You know, you're tending to the bleeding. You wrap up his foot so he's no longer bleeding, and sure enough, he's coming back. He's conscious. He's even able to kind of stand up on 1 foot. But that weak hit symbolizes a loss of supply and a loss of momentum. So we'll say that time has been cost.
That took some more time,
right?
for sure. Yes.
So Servan turns to you and he says, "What do we do? Do we, damn our exhaustion and keep trying to return to the village, or do we try to make camp and hope that the storm doesn't head in a direction that isn't going to be helpful to us?"
Oh, and it's nighttime, so it's even
nighttime.
worse.
Yeah.
Oh, God. How long do you think it'll be till sunrise? Like a full 8 hours or like 2 hours?
I'd say it's probably going to be closer to like 6 hours.
Hmm.
Because we spent most of the night trying to get Cadigan back.
We did. Okay, so I'm trying to like it's too dangerous, unfortunately, for us to move. So, and also Cadigan's probably very exhausted. So let's go ahead and we're gonna rest, but I'm gonna like I don't want him to fall asleep. So I'm gonna try to keep him up and then just like get him to recuperate for at least an hour or so where it gets I know where it's closer to dawn because if we do too much traveling, I got a feeling he's gonna get hurt and it'll be harder to treat at this rate.
I hear you. You are going to make camp, so you're
Yeah.
going to roll plus supply. Your
Okay.
supply currently is at a +3.
I'm so nervous.
Let's see.
Okay, it's a weak hit.
Weak hit. Okay, good. On a weak hit, you may choose one. You either
Okay.
recuperate health, you partake where you suffer supply, but you can take +1 health. You can take +1 to your spirit, +1 to momentum, or +1 to your next undertake a journey roll, which will be
Plus-
coming up shortly.
I think plus to health.
Okay, so your health is going to go up to +3.
Mm-hmm.
And a few hours pass where you
Yep.
rest in this cavern. Servant and Cadigan are catching up, and enough time
Yeah, I'm gonna
pass.
be-
Go ahead.
I'll be on the edge. Well,
Mm.
I'm like, I'm sure they're just chatting, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a peeper. I'm gonna let them just reconnect.
Okay.
I'm being nice.
Yeah. I think at
She's
some
from
point Cadigan would probably, kind of scoot over to you though and say, "I want to thank you for bringing me back to Servant. When I went into the storm, I didn't think I would ever see him again."
Thank me when we get back. I mean, we like, I appreciate that, but I'm too filled with anxiety. I'll take the thank you when we get back.
Beautiful. I think after making a camp, the new day comes, and
Yep.
it's time to roll to see in what direction the storm moves. So we are currently in this center
Yes.
mountain square or hex. I'd like you to roll a d8, the 8 being true north, and then working backwards. Let's see what we get.
Got a 3.
Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It moves southwest. So it's moving
Okay.
away from you. It's not a good direction.
Okay.
Let's say it's going to move. It's going to move like here. I think that's as
Okay.
southwest as it feels.
Yes.
So now
and-
here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing.
Yes.
That little hex that we were on is
Mm-hmm.
just poking out at the top of the eye. So when the three of you come out the other side the next day, let's roll to ask the Oracle whether the storm is just passing over, or do you have maybe a few hundred feet or whatever to try and get ahead of it.
Let's get stuck in that thing.
Let's roll a 51 or greater. Excellent. So 51 or
Yes.
greater, I was going to say that you have some space.
Thank.
So
all
with
right.
the storm, like imagine
hear it.
a mountain and a storm coming over the side, right?
Yes, we're gonna go
Okay.
now.
You are trying to get out of here quickly. You're going to face danger, or you're going to undertake a journey. Which one do you think?
I don't even know what journey we would face at
Well,
this
I
point. I,
mean,
think it's in.
This
I
is
feel
the
like
journey that
danger.
we're trying to face, right?
Yeah, I feel like danger is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move.
And
forward.
we're moving with speed, so roll plus edge.
Okay, let's
See
do
what we get.
this. Come on, treat me right, virtual dice.
Nice. Okay. On a strong hit, you are successful. Take +1 momentum.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we'll go. I think this strong hit is worth marking progress,
Ooh,
which
Yeah.
means we have 7 out of 10,
that's awesome.
right?
Okay. Yes.
It would be a little risky to roll now. So we could either continue making progress and try to gain some more to guarantee a better score, or you can try to risk it all right now and maybe something happens and we're able to get out of this quickly. But if you fail, there will be consequences.
Oh no, kidding. Okay. So I feel like it's slightly too soon
Okay.
to roll that dice, but it's coming. I got a feeling. Just I want to see if we can at least get up to 8, possibly even 9.
All right.
But
So this
we're gonna
this
haul it.
strong hit symbolizes getting out of the cave, heading down the side of the mountain, avoiding the things that slowed you down before, and basically getting to the base of the mountain. But the storm
Yes.
is continuously following you. You literally have to book it. So I think you're going to, let's see. I think you should undertake a journey,
Okay.
but I think it's going to cost you where you might have to endure stress because it's so much,
Okay.
right? It's so much to endure like
Yeah.
nonstop, right?
Not like the damn storm's like right on our butts. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm stressed.
Okay, so first let's undertake a journey.
Okay.
You're gonna roll plus wits.
Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! That's a miss.
On a miss, you are waylaid by a perilous event. You are going to pay the price. So please roll a D100.
Oh.
That complication or that miss also is going to increase our menace track. If the menace track itself gets to 10, Cadigan is not going to make it.
Oh, God.
67.
Okay.
Let's see what pay the price is for 67. It is harmful. It is harmful. Does all of this running and Eala being so clumsy mean you hurt yourself?
I'm definitely. I pulled something. I definitely. How about this? Running. I trip on like a root, like a tree root, and let's say I crash really, really hard. I hit off the trunk, off the ground, and let's injure. Yeah, we're gonna injure myself.
Okay, reduce your health by 1,
You
and you're
haven't
going to
figured out
endure harm.
Do we know which body part got hurt though?
We can find out depending how bad it is, and this roll will determine that. So you're gonna either roll your health or iron, and I think your health is still higher. So
Okay, my question, because I was at a health at 3, and I just moved it to 2. That's where I want to roll at too.
Yes.
Okay, just want to double check. And come on, I'm okay. Weak hit.
On a weak hit, you press on. So nothing's broken,
but it hurts.
But you're hurt. You've taken quite a few hits. You are not as beefy as half.
No.
You're just a little witchy woman, and yeah, you're taking some hits. But you guys press on. You're continuing. This is not a success. We need another success to be able to kind of get out of here and to make some progress. So what do we do? What's the next step?
Okay. We can't really there's nothing we can't do. It's like we're running or
you can continue to face danger, undertake a journey. You can attempt to reach your destination.
Yeah. I'm debating if we should let's we're going to keep trying to reach our destination.
Well, this is a progress move that would actually kind of be like fulfilling your vow. So it's kind of one and the same. And the problem is that you'd be rolling against that 7 progress, right? So it's going to have to be either secure an advantage or face danger. What do you want to do?
Okay. Let's go ahead and
I see the wheels turning.
Yes. So, because that's for the okay. Secure an advantage. This is because I'm a little dinged and we're a little winded, but because I have some special powders and I'm a witchy medicinal, I have some. So think of it like adrenaline powder. So
a little cocaina, maybe.
I did not say that. I said adrenaline powder.
Adrenaline powder.
It's like
yes, I love that idea. I love the idea of Eala having a little bit of something that she knows. Two bumps will get her and Servant going.
It would kind of surpass like a mental thing where yes, that's where they're gonna try to do that, where it gets them running fast, get them going. So
the most logical thing is that you're using your expertise, so you're gonna roll plus wits.
Let's do it. Come on, give this. Let me have it. I have an opportunity. Okay.
On a strong hit, you gain an advantage. You may either take control and make another move now with +1, or you can gain +2 momentum.
Oh, that's what opportunity means. It's a strong hit.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
So you can either make another move like an undertake a journey or a face danger and add +1 to that, or +2 to do your momentum. What do you think?
I got a feeling we're gonna need this momentum soon, especially with how. What do you think, Serge?
I don't know. I mean,
This is tough.
they both are a good option. Adding the +1 to your next move is usually helpful.
Yeah.
But you're right that a +2 would bring you to 5 in your momentum, and you could negate a bad roll coming up.
With our luck, my luck so far, that's where I'm like, and I also have Cadigan, and I know he's not at the peak form. That's where I'm trying to think of, like, we're gonna get to a critical moment, and that's where I'm gonna go to the momentum just
Okay.
to.
So
Yeah.
increase it to 5.
Done.
And this is an opportunity. So this is
Yes.
this is a critical success. So you take those bumps.
Yes,
Servant feels it. You're feeling it.
Yeah.
And it helps. It actually helps. You make progress. I'm going to go ahead and increase. Well, this is a secure an advantage. So we don't make progress with secure an advantage, but now the next roll we could possibly. So do we want to face danger, undertake a journey?
It looks like it's going to be facing danger. Let's go ahead with the stuff like elements in front of us. Was there a bridge we crossed and it's gone? Or is there a thing blocking our way? Is there an animal nearby? Jesus. Or is there a fungus asshole coming by?
I think it's the combination of the storms right on your back.
Yes.
You're going downhill, so you're like kind of at an awkward angle.
Okay.
And yeah, there's jungles. If you look at the not jungles, there's forests. Like if you look, there's like a valley that you're kind of going down into, but there's a lot of trees and stuff.
Let's go ahead and face danger of okay.
And so, how are you approaching it, with speed and agility?
Yeah,
Courage?
yeah. At this point, I feel like speed and agility because we are extra amped. It's true.
I think you're right. I'm trying to justify like how you could use courage, like courage, almost like you're so kind of buzzed, you're not even like
Okay, so because
inhibitions are down.
They are on like a pure adrenaline shot.
Yeah,
they're just going for it. Let's say there's like, okay, so we're going down a steep thing. Is there a way like there is like almost like a deep cavern or something, like it's dangerous that if we go off like this kind of trail, we could literally be falling to our doom with rocks or a river or something like that. Like it's a deep dip and we have to keep going. But because we're so amped, we're not thinking like we're just going. We're just running.
This is a perfect reason to roll with courage.
Run. Okay.
You have to have a lot of courage to take hard drugs. So let's roll that heart.
Let's please roll that heart. Give me there's a complication.
No! Oh no!
Can I use my momentum now?
It's not high enough. It's not high enough. Oh my goodness.
This is why you don't take things.
On a miss, you fail, or your progress is undermined by a dramatic and costly turn of events. The threat of the menace track is going to go up, but more importantly, you must pay the price. Roll a D100. Roll that D100.
God, this is so dramatic. 89. I'm worried.
It wastes resources.
Okay.
So what happens?
I had a bag, correct?
Yeah.
Or I lose the sling. Can I lose the sling, or do I lose all the bag? Do I leave the whole bag?
I think that what this kind of mechanically means is that we reduce our supply.
Yeah.
So I think maybe some foods, maybe some rocks.
Maybe my bag gets caught on a rock and it's snagged and it ripped and I jerked it out. So I'm still running, but it left a hole and we lose some supplies just from that.
Reduce that supply to 2. It was at 3. It's going to go to 2. You basically you're not able to get ahead of the storm. It keeps slowly gaining on you guys. We need to roll again. What are we rolling?
Guess more danger. What else is here? Yes. It hasn't really changed. We're just keep going.
Okay, we're going to continue to face danger then.
Yeah.
I guess unless you have a better idea, you're rolling either with courage or agility and precision. Hard or edge.
No.
Unless you have a better idea and you roll
Okay.
with wits.
So let's keep the terrain the terrain that we are on is getting narrow, like getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So there's very like little room for error. Because that's where I think it's going to happen, and I don't know. Like maybe one of them starts to come down, but this is it's dangerous territory. Like one false step, we're gonna definitely.
Okay, so what are we rolling with? What attribute?
That would be kind of courage because they're still
Okay.
ramped up. There's like she's still definitely
Roll
on
that
that.
heart.
Let's do it, please.
see.
Don't.
All
Okay,
right.
weak hit.
Better
Weak
than
hit.
a miss.
Thank
On a
God.
weak hit, you succeed
Yes.
but face a troublesome cost. So, we are going to.
What are we losing?
I think we're going to. I think it's worth marking progress.
Okay, thank you.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're going to go up to 8.
Okay.
And you are either going to suffer momentum, endure harm, endure stress, or suffer 1 supply. Suffer momentum, harm, stress, or supply.
You might as well lose the supply because I have the hole in the bag.
True. So you're just bleeding your
just bleeding stuff.
Things. So supply goes to 1.
Yeah.
But you have effectively kind of made it through the worst parts of this. You guys get to the base. It's easier from this point on.
Okay.
You have 8 progress on your vow. Do you want to fulfill it now, or do you want to try and undertake a journey and bring it up a little bit higher?
I think it's time to fulfill the vow because it's. Oh, no, this is bad.
You are going to make a fulfill your vow roll.
All right, everybody, give me good energy, good vibes. I need a better.
We need good vibes from the chat.
I need some. Yes.
When you achieve what you believe to be the fulfillment of your vow, you are going to roll the challenge die, which is 2d10, against that 8. So roll 2d10, and they both have to be less than 8. And you cannot use your momentum on this. An 8 and a 7, which is a weak hit. On a weak hit, there is more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. Envision what you discover, and then mark experience. You may swear an iron vow to set things right. If you do, add +1. So, we get out of danger. We get far enough away from the storm that it's clear the storm is moving in a direction that we are now ahead of it.
Yes.
We know that the tribe is coming up shortly. But what do we envision happens on this weak hit? There's more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest.
Well, there's not really, like, the truth is he wants his lover back and he got him, so that's it. True. So I feel like, the first option. We're gonna, unless you got something in your brain.
Well, it's a matter of we now have to creatively come up with why is this vow not completely finished? And
is it because we're not technically at the camp yet?
No, because by fulfilling your vow, we basically succeeded. Like, we're basically gonna hit the tribe, but there's a complication. There's something that we weren't expecting. Maybe Eala has become obsessed or interested in this corruption that she came across.
Ooh.
She certainly wasn't expecting her ward to work on it.
No.
What happened if she did it to the other villagers? Would it save their lives?
Yeah, but you ain't going back.
No, it's not going back. That's for sure.
Okay. Maybe this I think this is gonna have like an effect of like they want to probably study way more into their magics, like really, because they already are pretty. Maybe I don't want to say because I don't think they would experiment on random people.
No, but that is a vow that one can take. Is like I want to better understand this ability that I have.
Yes, because of that disease. That's the thing. Because of how we solved that little thing earlier. Like ward, it's more that think of it this way. It's not just like it's physical, but also on a like a very, very small scale. So that's where it's like this kind of like her coming up with that was just kind of like, I'm going to take a hunch. And then when she saw that went into fruition, she's going to really be like this kind of expands her mind a lot more. And she's like, now she's going to probably start experimenting a lot more with magics. So
I love that. I can
yeah.
imagine, you know, they're on their way to the tribe. Probably
Hmm.
sunsets, and they gotta make camp and maybe rest for a little while. And
Yeah.
I could see her looking at Servant and saying, I have to know more about this ability. I didn't know that I could do that. You know, I have to find out more.
Find out more. Yeah. Especially learn a lot more of the power that she didn't realize she had for
Gotcha.
sure.
So it sounds like we do want to swear an iron vow
Yeah.
of some kind.
Which,
How would you describe this? We'll erase our menace because we've succeeded in that. We'll fulfill our vows, but now we have a new vow here.
mm-hmm. The vow I would say is to learn as
Test the limits of my
test yeah
power.
test the limit of their power for sure. See
Okay,
how far they can go. See how more powerful they can get.
power of ward. How difficult do we think this is? Honestly, it could be troublesome. It's literally just a matter of experimenting.
Yes, it definitely could get more dangerous for sure.
It could be basically, the higher it is, the longer it's going to take for her to truly comprehend her abilities.
Maybe formidable. It's like, what do you think?
Formidable is 1 progress every time we succeed. I'm totally down with that. It just sounds like it's going to be a journey for her to kind of.
You know what? You're right. You know, that's totally, absolutely correct. Let's go ahead. We should make it a little bit more towards, because it is testing her abilities to see how far it can go. That's not going to be something she could probably do in like a day or so. That's going to take much more time. And yeah, I agree with that. Let's go ahead and ramp it up.
Okay, so it is going to be
More.
formidable, or it's going to be dangerous.
Let's go with dangerous.
Okay. So you are going to swear an iron vow. This is something I always forget to do every time we do this, but we're going to roll. This is an actual progress move,
Okay.
or a quest move. So you are going to roll. If you're going to roll plus heart. If you make this vow to a person or community with whom you share a bond, add +1. It sounds like you're kind of making this to yourself.
So this is strictly for myself.
Yeah, so I think you're going to roll just plus heart, but fortunately, that's your best attribute.
That is my best. Thank goodness.
So let's see what we get. Nice.
Strong hit.
On a strong hit, you are emboldened, and it is clear what you must do. You may take +2 momentum.
Oh,
so your momentum goes up to 7.
Yes.
And it is clear what you must do. Amanda, what is clear to Eala that she must do to fulfill this vow?
She is going to, I was about to say, there's no like books or tomes, correct? That she's had access to?
There's some kind of bookkeeping that the Ironlanders keep, yeah. I think the historians and the cartographers, have books.
I think
or
she's going to... Yeah, I think because I feel like she is very knowledgeable, but there's maybe things that they have more, and she is going to try to see as much as possible. And if there's nothing in this camp, then probably she's going to start taking more ventures outside to see if there's any unearthed civilizations, and just always scavenge. That's just how.
That makes total sense. So they return to the tribe and are maybe not welcomed, but it's certainly nice to see them return with Cadigan, or with Servant's lost love.
They can act a little grateful.
I think they would be happy to see you. It's always good to see an Ironlander return from the storm.
Yes.
But you guys are outcasts, so it's not like a big, loud, warm welcome. But people are happy to see you. I think there is a way to say hello in Iron speak that I don't remember. This is dummy, so that's not it. It's like a... There's something to do with the hands. We really have to get better about our Iron speak.
We do.
But you get a couple of those. You're welcomed back. And I think now is a good time to take a short break. And when we come back, we will progress the story.
The next part.
All right, we'll be right back. And we are back playing Ironsworn, Eye of the Storm. I am with Amanda, and we have just successfully gotten Eala off the mountain, saved Cadigan, brought them back. There's a couple things we got to do. The first thing is that technically, because you completed that vow, Eala gains experience. So increase your experience to 2. Let me quadruple check that because...
Go for it.
Let's see. Checking where experience, how much it costs. Let's just say it's 2 for now. Yeah. And we'll go from there.
All right.
Set the scene for me.
Yes.
Of what happens next. Eala leaves Servant and Cadigan to do their own thing. What's going on in Eala's mind?
I think first thing they're gonna do really is kind of like because if you think about it, they ran nonstop.
Yeah.
So she is going to KO, like knockout, like just find a comfy spot and just nap. And even if it takes a day or two, because I feel like she, and also with all the power she did do with. That was like one of
the
our
adrenaline powder.
Yeah, the adrenaline powder, but also she did 2 magics, you know what I mean, and did a powerful one. So I feel like she was just like a battery that just drained out. So she's really gonna probably be asleep for a full day, unless there's something that has, like, if the camp has to move. But
also, the camp is always moving in one way or another. So,
yeah.
but I feel like every Ironlander would have that kind of built into them to be able to move on a moment's notice, you know?
I'm almost tempted to be like, did they like slip behind a wagon and just napped out away?
So you're going to sojourn. You're going to spend time in a community seeking assistance. You're going to roll plus heart. And I will allow you to add +1 because you have a bond with this community.
Awesome. All right, let's do that. Strong hit.
Strong hit. Excellent. You and your allies may each choose 2 from within the categories below. You can either clear a condition, recover, or provide aid. Sounds like clear a condition and recover. So you can either take +1 to health, +1 to spirit, +1 to supply, or you can recover, take 2 to health, take 2 to spirit, take 2 to supply, take 2 to momentum. Sounds like you want to do 2 recovers.
Yes.
What do we want to increase by 2?
Definitely health.
Okay, so your health is going to 4.
Yes. Okay, supply, because we got... So we're now up to 3.
Okay, so supply goes to 3, and that is it.
That's fine.
That's going to take a couple of days, I think, right? You're tapped out. But I think she's always thinking about what she experienced and her vow, you know?
That is definitely going through her brain. Like when she's not napping, if she's like resting, I'm not joking, if she's like hit herself on a wagon and she just thinks, she's probably like always thinking of like how the fungus stayed in. And she's thinking, well, okay, that was why. Could I do that again? Right. Could I do that on another person? Could I do that on creatures? Could I do that to myself? Like she's trying to think of like a whole bunch of other, like how, like, is it just to this? Can I do that with poisons? It's like there's other things she's like really going through. She's going down a rabbit hole.
Absolutely. Her mind is racing. So I think we need to make 2 little housekeeping things. First of all, I think that eventually Servan would come and find Eala, and again thank her in his stoic way for helping her. And I think he might even say to her, Eala, you went with me on a hunt to find someone, the thing that I do, the thing that you're always asking me about. You're ready. You survived. You came back. You're ready to do this hunt on your own. And I think that it is worth marking some progress on your find your exiled parents. This being kind of a symbol of, all right, you're ready to do this on your own, right?
Yes.
So now the problem is because this is an extreme vow, the progress is very little. So you're going to only make half progress on this first mark. And as you continue, you'll make another half, and then you'll have a full check box.
It is. You know what? Whatever. We got point 0.5 more than we did yesterday. So
Yes, exactly. I like your
exactly.
perspective.
Yeah.
So what's left now also is
Mm.
I think it's worth rolling again to determine where the storm is moving, because it's going to take 2 or 3 days for
Yes.
you to recover.
That's.
So
Uh,
again, please roll a d8 and let's find
let's
out
see.
what direction it's moving. 8.
8.
It's going to move true north. Something
Wait.
interesting I'm going to note happens, which is that it was moving southwest and it starts moving north, and guess what? It reveals that mountain range once again.
I noticed that. I thought that too. I thought that
We
too.
were talking about how interested she was in finding more about herself, but we'll put that to the side for now.
We'll tease that.
Say a couple days pass. What do you want to do next?
Actually, I want to go to the historians and see if I could, because of the magics. I want to go ahead, because now this is what I'm thinking. Just so you know,
Yeah,
the mountain's been revealed. I hate to say it. That's in her brain.
yeah.
She's thinking about going back to that mountain
Mm-hmm.
to either explore, test things out further. But before she does something dumb like that on her own, let her. That's why I want her to see if she can. Maybe there's some books or tomes that she's not aware of that could actually help her out. So let's. She's gonna start like supplying up, because
Yeah.
I think she's aware she's going to go back to that mountain.
So you can go to the historians, or you can go
Hmm.
to the cartographers. You have, I would argue, a little bit of a stronger connection to the cartographers because of Adon, one of your bonds.
I will go to Adon. Let's go ahead
Okay.
and do that, because I know there's some tension between the
Right.
two. And this ain't nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that towards my advantage. Be like,
He is trying to get into your good graces again.
mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and see if he'll do it.
Okay. Describe to me what Adon is like. He is a cartographer. He has abilities of his own, magical abilities. He is clearly very intelligent, trying to coax these abilities out of you. But he's also like kind of a shrewd, maybe even eccentric person. How would you describe him?
Yeah, I would say definitely. I was gonna go like he honestly kind of was like a little extra rough.
Mm.
Like, okay, do you know how like J.K. Simmons was like that drum teacher
Yes.
who's like, I'm there to make you better, but you're a total asshole? So I'm not gonna make him that bad, but what we can do is, he's kind of like throw you in the deep end so you learn to swim. He's very much like extra critical. Maybe he sensed that she was a little bit powerful, that she just like now she's seeing, but because he's a lot smarter and saw her grow up, he sensed that. Maybe he like a couple things she wasn't aware as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's why he pushed her to be extra harder. But therefore that you know what I mean? Do you get where I'm going with that? We could twist it. We don't have to go down this route, but that's what I was kind of thinking.
Absolutely. I love the idea of this kind of very, just a hard ass, just somebody who
Very
has
hard ass.
ridden Eala all of her life, demanding perfection from her, demanding power and more, and it having that adverse effect where she doesn't interact with him much. He's definitely got to be bald, right?
Oh, let's do it.
Right.
Yes. He's doing it to make her, well, in his mind, to make her better. So that's
So
why.
he's just a super intense guy. So she,
Yeah.
steps into his lair and speaks to him. Sounds like you're trying to gather information.
I think she's gonna be like, she will, she's not gonna hide what happened at the mountain. She goes, "This is what I saw, this is what I did, and I did," and she'll even bring up how she did the ward and how when she pulled out, she'll tell him, because I feel like he would be able to keep up and actually give her like a little bit more
Yeah.
clarification. Maybe he knew about this. I need to know more about this power. Maybe do you know this magic more? I need like more explanation. Because that was the
Interesting.
first time where literally I got someone out of a ward and I was able to contain what was inside. So that would intrigue her.
Roll plus wits
Let's
to
do
determine what kind of information, how good it is that you gather.
that. I mean, my wits ain't bad.
No,
So
your wits are pretty good.
Opportunity.
Nice. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow
Ooh.
or action you must take is made clear. Envision what you learn and take +2 momentum.
Oh
So
man.
your momentum goes up to 9.
Yo. Nice.
Because this is a dangerous vow, you can
Yeah.
actually add +2 full progress boxes.
Ooh.
But this is a critical hit. So what is something that you discover or that is revealed to you that is obvious? First of all, I do think that Adon comes
Mhm.
up to you and like you're almost expecting him to be angry, but he puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "I knew pushing you would bring about these results." Right?
Oh yes, that is
So
exact.
so
And it's
what do we learn in our time with Adon?
I think that's where he could reveal that, like, especially if she's telling the story. He could be like, I knew it. See, this is why I did what I did to make you better, and this is just basically kind of maybe giving a little bit more of backstory that she wasn't aware of, like especially her childhood if she was raised by this a-hole, and then like getting instances and he can bring up like I don't know, like okay, you were powerful here, but the reason why I think this should be clear is maybe he's in alignment with this and he's like, you need to learn, like he goes, you're now ready for this, you're now ready to know, like to take it even further, because I feel like he would push her even further.
I agree. And would pushing her further mean go back to the mountains
I
or
think going back to the mountains, because that's
interesting?
you look, we said we wanted to know her limits, right? We want to
Right.
see what
I
else
mean,
she
you
could
could
do.
find your limits. Well, I mean, I would say that you could
I think
experiment in the tribe, but
I think how about this? I don't want to say she's going to the mountain like this second. I feel like that's going like it's coming soon. Like it's definitely gonna happen by like another couple day or two. But maybe she would like start small, like with other things around the camp. Also, she doesn't like can Adon go get some more um magic like books or something that maybe she hasn't read before? Is there things that maybe the historians have, but because I'm sure he's pretty high up. He's pretty high ranking,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
He could probably talk to another leader within the historians and maybe they would actually give more clarification into more magics
right.
that was shielded from her because now she's ready to learn this stuff.
This is a gather information roll that
Yeah.
we just rolled really well on. So
Right.
like the information is going to be given to her. I think
Yeah.
we kind of need to better decide what that information is.
Okay.
Um,
That's fair.
roll me a d100. Let's just roll on the action and theme table and kind of
Let's
see
see.
what happens here.
48.
48. Gather. Roll another d100.
If it says gather again, I'm going to laugh. 98.
Gather home. Gather home. Um, what do you think? In my head, it's experiment on the Ironlanders.
It's experimenting on the Ironlanders. Do we know the location of where her parents are most likely at?
I don't, but
He's a cartographer. He would know when
maybe.
they left.
Ooh. What if he reveals to her? He's like, I've been keeping this from you all this
Yes.
time, but now I know you're ready.
Oh, yes.
And
It's the location of where, because the storm is happening. If the parents were left at this one spot and the storm overpasses them, he
uh-huh.
goes, maybe this is just me being extra. You know where we were at the mountain? We can either go back closer to the mountain or it's on the other side of the mountain. So we have to go through the zombify. You get where I'm going? But
You're
it's
totally on point with that. At the very
but
least, her parents should be relatively close.
I think we're getting close to the location of where her parents' last known location would be.
This is great. This is amazing. I love it. So here's what we need to do. The
Yes.
progress,
Okay.
this opportunity of revealing where your parents are, I
Mm-hmm.
think is enough progress that we should increase your extreme vow from that half point to a full point. Just makes total sense. You know, he reveals where they are. Now,
Yes.
I think we should because it's an opportunity, because you rolled so well, I will let you decide where on the map they might be. But I think there needs to be some restrictions. Like, it can't be within 2 hexes of the eye, meaning it has to be 2 hexes away. I am now going to make the storm transparent.
Thank you.
So that
Sorry.
I can. Oops, I think I screwed up. Let me undo that. I want to move it to the GM layer, which you can you see the storm or no?
I don't see the storm.
Okay, that's fine. The point is that this is the center is right here. So
right. I'm sorry, right there where I just clicked to. Yeah, got it.
basically that little mountain range.
Yes.
Right. So outside of the let me put
the ones around it, because I'm using that one center mountain part as the center.
Basically,
yes.
This is a full hex. This is a full hex. It'd have to be on the 3rd hex.
Ouch.
So it can't be in the first 2.
Got it. Okay.
So anywhere past that, we'll say that it's somewhere there. And if you want to put it past the mountains, then it might be somewhere like here.
I'm going to... Just because I want them also to be going back towards the mountain, let's have it go straight up. It's north. That's where you had the first time, the cursor.
Right here.
Like, yes, right in between those, that other mountain and the other mountain range. So it's that one little foresty. That's where they were last left.
All right. I am going to put a little text here. We'll say that this is, I'll just say parents for now, and we'll make it small. We'll put it right there, and I'll decrease it in size in a bit. Okay, but the point is that we know it's to the north. Doesn't mean the storm's going to move in that direction.
Nope.
But let me go to the GM layer and bring this guy back to the token layer. I'll leave the parents thing there.
We'll clean that up. But
yeah, I'll clean that up.
It's great. It's good for me to at least see for right now.
Yeah, I'll leave it there. Point is that we know where they are.
That's awesome.
This is an extreme, kind of undertaking. The vow is extreme. So this doesn't mean that we're anywhere close to getting them.
Nope.
I'm just talking player to player.
Absolutely.
But it's within reach.
Yeah, no, because the storm could, for all we know, it's going to all go south, literally. So, but the best part is now she knows the location. So when the opportunity does arrive, hopefully they're still alive.
I'll put in your head, and maybe Adon would bring this up. Yeah. You could always traverse the storm using a storm bird.
Oh.
So there's always that chance that you could get close enough. If it's within a hex, you could travel in there with this new storm bird that the group.
Well, since Adon told her that, she's definitely going to keep that for a piece of information. And then maybe she might want to be friends with Half, who's like still training this bird, I think.
Right.
And he's all like a good fella.
He's a good fella. Yeah, he's becoming more and more famous around town. What do you think is the next step for Eala?
Eala, okay, so now that this information has been disclosed, I guarantee she's definitely, if she doesn't have her own map or something, if not, is going to make note of that. And that is like, it's always going to be in the back of her mind. So the minute opportunity presents itself, she's going for it.
Okay.
I would say, since that's the case for right now, and they're by the mountain, I'm debating if it's, I think, now that Adon told her, I think they should, I even think he should. They're going to go back towards the mountain because she also explained to them that there's this weird disease. And since now that the storm has moved up, the rest of their people are getting closer and closer to that. So they actually want to get ahead of that before everybody else runs across
the tribe is always in the center of the eye, or at least trying to. So right now they are traversing like mountains and stuff.
Right. So she's going to go ahead, and maybe Adon will accompany her, but she's going to go to this where they just last left.
Okay.
And see, honestly, I think she's going to go ahead and try to do her trick again, but this time around, all of them. to see
She's
if she
going to
can.
try to cure these people. Huh?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see if we can cure them.
We'll discuss whether that's a vow in and of
That-
itself, but this is an interesting challenge. I'm not.
I do think she should go back. I do think that they're going. I don't know if they're going to go like maybe not the whole thing, but the main point is to head back in that direction for sure.
Yeah.
Back to that village, that campsite that they were.
Is she going to undertake a journey? First of all, I guess if we want to decide if Adon comes with her, I think we need to roll for that because I
That's
think
fair.
Adon is old enough that he might say no.
It's.
I think it's unlikely that he would want to come or be
That's fair.
willing to come. Remember, he's Adon. He's kind of a manipulative asshole, so he's
He
not the
is.
best.
No. I only think he would just go to see how powerful, like just to see how powerful she is. That's
Fair.
the only reason.
All
That's
right,
it.
so
but
because
let's
it's
roll for it.
unlikely, if you roll a 76 or greater, he will come.
Let's see. 97.
So just as you said, he is becoming obsessed again with his old pupil, and he wants to see for himself.
After what I just explained, yeah, especially that is very intriguing, and he wants to see it. He wants to actually. He's like, do it again. If you're saying, he's like, do it again.
Right.
Until I see it myself, you're full of shit.
Okay.
Do it again.
Okay.
So that's it. So therefore, it's very antagonistic.
Yes.
And now it's like she's just like now her like, all right, F you, I will do it again.
The corrupted icereach. We are going to head in the direction of that place.
We're heading back. So stupid.
So
Whatever.
here, is that all that we're doing before we head? Are we just heading straight there after we speak to Adon? What else? You have other allies?
Oh, once I resupply, I do actually want to check on the health of. I know that on the two, but I just because I feel like our bond got a little bit, especially with Servon. Like I know, like at first we were like buddy,
Mhm.
but like I feel like after I just help save the love of their life, I would be like a little bit more well received by them. So
I think that's totally legit. To do that, you would test a bond.
would I?
Let's see. So we could either forge a bond. I think we have already forged a bond with this guy, so we really are just testing the bond.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll plus heart, and let's see what you get.
Do it. Okay. Oops. And heart and go.
Do you want to burn your momentum to make that a weak hit? Or do you want to take the miss and let me end the episode on the miss?
Okay, first of all, I think it's well within our just how we've been playing Ironsworn, where it just always ends on that kind of dramatic level. So you know what? Let's save my momentum. Take it home, Serge. What
Oh
drama
my
do you
god,
have?
this is why I love playing with Amanda. It's a beautiful give and take with us. On a miss, if you have no interest in maintaining this relationship, clear the bond and pay the price.
Oh, I do want to keep the relationship
Okay,
alive.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
say let's pay the price.
Let's pay the price.
We're not gonna break the bond,
No.
but something has happened that
Oh God,
this is not good.
messed up.
Roll
I
a
messed up.
d100.
I shouldn't have done that. That was me. Sorry, everybody. 70.
70. It is stressful. It is stressful. So explain to me how it is stressful for Eala to return. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. When I used the magic to get them out of the room, I blinded them. So he's now blind.
So although you healed him,
Although
the
I
stress
healed him,
was too much. And
it could have just been an after effect of everything because, I feel like with that and the bump and all that is just too much on. We can either have him blind or I do think there's going to be a permanent injury.
I think blindness makes total sense.
Okay.
I think it's a logical after effect. It's a side effect of using your powers that you don't fully understand.
Exactly.
And yeah, I can imagine Eala just being like, should I have done it? Shouldn't I have done it? Am I going down a dark path? Eala is going to endure stress.
Yeah.
So you're going to reduce your stress by 1. So that stress is your spirit is going to go to 3.
Okay. All right.
And now you're going to roll either spirit or heart, whichever is higher.
Heart. Let's do it.
They're actually the same, but they're both +3. But go ahead and roll, and let's see what we get.
We'll go with my heart.
You can resolve
Opportunity.
this.
What?
On a strong hit, you can choose one. You shake it off, and you can regain that spirit you just lost, or you can embrace the darkness and take +1 momentum.
Oh no! Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Because everyone always embraces the darkness.
Because she's a spooky bitch.
Exactly.
That's why. You know what? And I feel like this would go with the character that we're kind of building. Like, even though they're very kind-hearted, but you see, Adon gave them, like, maybe that complex of, like, kind of proving. Let's go with this. They don't shake it off. They actually take it, like, as an offense. They're like, dude, I did all of this. I even saved your ass. And I'm not trying to say that this isn't bad, but, like, maybe she snaps back because he's very stressed. That she's like, you're so ungrateful. Like, you can have them. It's not breaking the bond, but we're going to leave it at that stressful where it's like,
no, but it makes perfect sense for why we have failed to test the bond. Is that, you know, Eala's a spooky bitch. She's kind of like a, you know, if you poke her, she's going to lash back out at you. She's angry. She's an orphan. She's someone who has suffered. And yeah, she is upset that he isn't more grateful. It is unfortunate of what happened, but at least he's alive.
Exactly.
So I think that your spirit is going to go not up 1, it's going to go up 2. So your spirit is going to go to +5 total.
Cool.
So she's going to come out of there saddened by what has happened, but embolstered by the fact that she's doing the right thing by better understanding her powers.
Exactly. Yes, and that's where I'll say she, like, they yelled at each other, cursed each other, and she's pissed. You're not grateful and all that. And then this just solidified, like, I need to, like, if this is power, I need to know this. So it's like, and this just makes it more ironclad. She's going.
Needless to say, Servant doesn't go with her, but she starts to leave the tribe, this time with Adon,
who's also antagonizing her too. So she's extra ramped right now.
Exactly. This is yep. And they head off in the direction of those mountains that she left just a few days ago, and that is an amazing place to end the session. Very interesting turn of events. The dice, you know, of course the dice are going to make this story crazy and chaotic and amazing.
Yes, I didn't get my Mummy episode, but I got a little Resident Evil in The Last of Us, so I was just yes, and that it was just like, stop falling.
Yeah, that was surprising because you were so lucky last session that you were on.
I was feeling it, and now I'm like, now it's just drama.
So our final task is, let's roll a D6. Ooh. Let's see, there's 4 people left, so let's roll a D4, and
D4?
we'll say that actually we could bring Kayla back in because it's been at least 2 sessions. Let's roll a D6. We're going to ignore your roll, which was a 1. We're going to ignore Allegra, who was a 5.
So 1 and 5.
1 and 5 are out.
All right, D6. Here we go.
Of course.
That was
3. That means Aaron. No.
Oh no.
Is it Aaron?
Isn't it? Hold on.
Caleb was 2.
Yes.
I'm thinking in my head of like the way you guys were for the Delta Green thing. Or like I always envisioned that when all 7 of us were on there. I think 3 was Zakiya. Because it went you, Caleb, Zakiya, Aaron. So yeah, so number 3 is Zakiya. So next session, the famous Zakiya will be returning, and we will see what trouble we can get into with them.
The drama. You know the drama that they're gonna come with those 2 is gonna be delicious.
Yes. Yes. I hope to reenact some scenes from Whiplash. So Amanda, with the end of this episode, is there anything you want to say to the lovely people watching?
Thank you guys so much. But as he mentioned earlier, if you don't know, we have a thing called Delta Green. You should go and take a listen to that. It's actually really good. And now we have a new one called Ashoka.
And that one's really good.
And I'm super proud. That's even the sound, the music. Not that Delta
Yeah.
Green is not. It's just a different world, guys, and it's way more fantastical. It is. I'm so proud of our stuff. So please check out Ashoka.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, we do have a Patreon. If you look us up as Mayday Roleplay, you'll find us there. You can always subscribe to us on Twitch to keep catching these shows. Join our Discord. Thank you so much, and we will see you next Tuesday. Take it easy, guys.
Bye, guys.